Gray Area by Little Simz. Little Simz is back with the follow-up to her 2016 album Stillness in Wonderland. On Gray Area, Simz chose to get more into her life experiences and learning herself. Nothing seems right or wrong, good or bad, it's all a gray area. The cosigns from artists like Kendrick Lamar and Lauryn Hill made Simz feel like she had to go hard. How do we feel about it? Here's our honest review of Gray Area by Little Simz.
Little Simz.
Yeah.
Gray Area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, you've been listening to this joint for a while, right?
For a minute.
For a minute. Yeah, we checked out Little Simz' last joint, Stillness in Wonderland.
Big fan.
We both like that joint.
Yeah.
Very much.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about this album artwork?
Thought it was a really, really dope shot. I always love black and white shots when they're used appropriately. And I really like how this one, especially with just the top half of it feeling like, it's a dark and it's just coming to the light at the bottom. So I feel like it was a really dope shot.
Yeah, I feel like it fits the, I can't say you're going to look at this cover and say you're going to get the vibe of the album because that's not necessarily true.
True.
But I just feel like it fits the name.
Yeah.
As far as the gray area aspect of it,
yeah.
It fits that. The flow of this project, man, is some straight. It sounds like this could have been on the soundtrack for the Get Down, for Do the Right Thing,
yeah,
for Shaft.
Yeah.
Like, it's got that old school, like, I'm talking about the instrumentals on this joint had me in the car tripping out. Like, I was just like, yo, what is going on here? Like, I didn't know she was a hip hop head like this. And shout out to Inflow on these beats.
Yes.
Fucking nuts. And just the honesty and stuff in the lyrics. Like, the flow of this project is just her kind of opening up and just being a boss in a fucking dress.
Most definitely. The flow of this album, man, it's just straight to the point, but exploring life and everything and like that as well. But you're going to get a variety of subjects that not only is deal with her personally, but you can relate to it as well. In that gray area, I looked up, she said it's her 20s. She was talking about her, like, that's the basis of the album is her 20s and everything like that. So there's a lot of things you can relate to, but the production is gonna have you hooked. It's just straight in your face, knock you out type of production.
Highlights. Everything. Like, dead serious. Like,
yeah.
If I have anything negative, I have a couple of things to nitpick at.
Mm-hmm.
But when the fence came on, I had to listen to it 3 times before I started actually paying attention to the lyrics.
Oh, me too. Same here.
Because
it just takes you in a place
crazy.
where
And then they were adding the horns, the
Yeah.
flutes, and I was just like, yo, this is really some John Shaft style shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when I started actually listening, and she said, I'm Jay-Z on my best day, Shakespeare on my worst. And fuck Shakespeare, man. But, like, I just say that, I say that with all due disrespect because I feel like every rapper that I fuck with is like a poet beyond levels of what Shakespeare was writing.
I can agree with that.
So let's start putting the rap in what.
But you know what she meant.
Shakespeare, yeah, I knew what she meant.
Yeah.
She still said she was an artist even on her worst day. She's still a beast. But I'd say she's better than that. But Boss came on when I heard Boss show. The old school distortion pedals sounding on the voice, on the instruments, and then the hook. The way she's singing the hook, like, that joint just had me amped in the car. Selfish kind of calmed it back down, which was actually really cool. Cleo Soul, I think that's how you say her name. She sounded really nice on that joint. Wound, that joint is dope. Venom, Venom is okay. Venom is okay. I like it after she says Venom and the beat kind of comes in sounding like it's straight from a horror movie and everything like that. 101 FM, like, that's like the little playful joint. It kind of brought the temperature down just to calm you down a little bit before Pressure came in. Therapy, Sherbert Sunset came on. That joint is straight fire as well. And then Flowers with Michael Kiwanuka is amazing. Great way to end it, because as soon as the song came on, halfway through I was like, this song has to end the album. It's because of just the way it's going and the vibe I'm getting from it, and the stories that she's telling about, the girl that's, like, addicted to drugs. And like, it was just, I was just like, it got to end right here. You know what I'm saying? And I do want to say the story on Wounds was actually really dope.
Really dope. Man, this album, man, the whole thing is a highlight. mostly because of the fact that Little Simz came out here just swinging. You know, she, as soon as Offense came on, I kind of came off like, oh, this is what we're doing? Yeah. Like, I just feel like, man, she's just like, yo, I'm out here now. I'm making this statement. And following it right along with Boss, I'm just like, well, damn. All right, I see you out here. And it's just like, thinking about the Wonderland album, last album, Stillness in Wonderland. It's just like, that was kind of like, an adventure and everything like that. This is more not only personal, but just more direct. Like, I'm here. I'm not taking no names. I ain't got all these cosigns
just the way
and everything.
She opened the album.
Yeah.
Like, hey, back like let me pick it back up where I left off. And I was just like,
okay, exactly. And sometimes that's all you need to do. And she picked right up off. But at the same time, it's just like she took everything that she learned throughout the last album and after that and just said, yo, I'm about to hit you with this. And man, Offense and Boss are crazy. The beats are ridiculous. Selfish is a really, really dope song. Wounds, I just like how it plays around with the fact that, the gun violence and everything like that. But at the same time, it can kind of relate to like just the wounds that you hold, that you bear, like in your, like everything, like,
And Chronic sounded amazing on that too.
Yeah, Chronic sounds so amazing. And then I like how that kind of switches up into Venom, because that can kind of relate to the same thing, because it's just talking about that battle within, kind of so to speak. 101 FM, I kind of feel like that's like the break in between the first half of the album and the last album, kind of because it's like her reflecting on her old memories and stuff like that.
I didn't play Crash Bandicoot. I did play Mortal Kombat though.
Crash Bandicoot is fire. I don't know, you tripping. But Pressure, man, that joint goes so hard.
It really does.
Oh my God. And what I love the most about this album is the way she attacks her rhyme patterns. Because there's a lot of ways that she'll come in, just a normal style, and then like it'll be like a quick music break, and then she'll just start spazzing. Mm-hmm. And I just love that because it shows how versatile she is with her flow. And I love how she does it in Pressure, and I love how that leads right to Therapy. I love that whole kind of feel of like, she's talking to the track, which is her therapist, mm-hmm. so to speak. So I just really, really love that. And then Strawberry Sunset. That song,
like her whole battle with love,
everything. And it's just like, I feel like the flow of this album really is cohesive too, because it kind of goes through a gradual stage. Like she comes out bragging all like this, I'm this and that, and then she kind of gets more vulnerable. So I really love that. And Flowers was just the icing on the cake. Great way to go out. This is a great album, man.
Lowlights, man. Look, I'm not huge onto the grime scene.
Okay.
So there's a couple things I don't necessarily get or like have an ear for
I
yet.
Feel that.
And that's where I felt Venom was. Venom was like the super grime sound.
Gotcha.
And not hating it. And then 101 FM, I felt like the hook, I don't feel like she did a good enough job differentiating the hook from the verses. I mean, I could tell clearly what the hook was.
Right.
But, that's kind of like my problem with sometimes with like that's my problem with DaBaby. Like his hooks and his verses sound the same.
Gotcha.
Like he doesn't change his tone. They don't add any extra like layer or anything.
I'm gonna have to listen because I haven't listened to him yet.
That's the hook.
Okay.
And that's what I felt like she did on 101 FM. But like I said, that's somewhat nitpicking because I still feel like just due to the fact that her reminiscing of her coming through, getting on the radio and working on music and everything, I felt like that story was needed. It fits in the album, and I feel like it's still a dope song.
Yeah.
The beat is super playful, and it's really dope.
Yeah, same here, man. That was the only one 101 FM. Like, I liked it, but I didn't love it just for that aspect because it kind of felt like it was like a freestyle. And maybe that's how it was supposed to come across because, with the little radio sample or guy shouting out at the end, which was hilarious. But I feel like that was what that's for. But other than that,
it almost sounded like Tim Westwood.
It did. But I guess I read up on it. It's just like, I guess when grime was coming up, it will be through a whole bunch of underground radio stations and stuff. So they'll be like that expressive and everything like that. But other than that, not really many lowlights, man. Not at all.
Final thoughts, man. First off, I just want to say Little Simz got another one. But I feel like this one is way better. Stillness in Wonderland is dope in its own way. but this has so much more replay value for me.
True.
This is dope. I was riding around with this joint blasting through the windows. It's only 35 minutes, so it's over before you know it. And then I just would restart it. Because Offense is definitely a dope ass way to start off a joint.
Yes.
I'm rocking with this project for real. I think this is gonna be one of the albums to beat this year, because this joint is hard. This might be the hardest hip hop album I've heard so far this year. If I'm thinking about it, yeah, I mean, because it was harder than Offset's album. Yeah, so far Little Simz got the hardest album out as far as hip hop goes. So everybody need to follow behind this and try to outdo this.
You better stay in line, bruh. This album, I don't know what to say other than the fact that Simz made a statement with this. If you don't know about Little Simz, you're gonna know with this album, because it's just beautifully crafted. The production is crazy. I don't know what else to say about it, man. It's just an expertly crafted album with a lot of deep topics, a lot of dope flows, and a lot of dope subject matter.
Final grade. Look, man, Little Simz, she got the production down. The flows are ridiculous. Her wordplay is crazy. She's staying on. She's got multiple topics that she's speaking about throughout the projects.
Right.
It's 10 songs. Yeah. It's short. It's sweet. It doesn't feel too short. Doesn't feel too long.
Nope.
This joint is 100% a check. If you ain't checking this joint out and you're a fan of hip hop, I don't know what you waiting on. Especially if you're a fan of old school hip hop, this should definitely be on your radar. You ain't gonna think a 24, 25.
I think she's 27.
Well, okay, yeah. Well, regardless, you wouldn't think a 27-year-old will put out an album that sounds like this. This reminds me of like the first time I heard Joey Badass.
Yeah.
And I was just like, how old is this dude?
Yeah.
Like, you know, because this is really getting to the essence, and it's dope because she's from the UK and she's doing this.
Yeah.
So it's just like, she probably was influenced by American hip hop, but she still captures something unique that you're not going to hear a lot of. You're not going to hear this sound a lot this year.
She said she master flow like Luda.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Check.
And Busta.
And I just, you know, you have to listen to this album if you're a fan of hip hop, and just a fan of artistry, period, man, because she crafted a very, very well rounded piece of work. And check out her videos. Her videos is fire. And if you love Stillness in Wonderland, this is just another thing to complement that. Like she said, she picked up right where she left off, and you won't be disappointed.
And shout out again to Inflow for the production, because them two working together, it kind of gave me those Ninth Wonder and Rhapsody vibes. They got some dope,
got a real dope
together,
chemistry. Yeah,
and they should definitely keep it up.
Yeah, most definitely.